Hello, everyone. Welcome to Julian in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Julian. Julian is from Germany, but he lives in Austria. So let's see what Julian has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Julian. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this afternoon for the interview.
It's
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited about it.
So, tell me, how's your weekend going so far?
Oh, it's been a blast. I've been going out with my friends, going around town, hitting the bars so far. So naturally, I'm kind of tired now, but I'm happy. It was a long weekend, and there's another one coming up in a
So,
bit.
tell me, what has been the highlights of your weekend so far?
Mm, Probably, I would say we found a kind of new bar that we liked a lot. The music was great, the people were great, and so we were just having a fun time all together.
I see. And where are you from, Julia?
So originally I'm from the southwest of Germany, but I moved to this most like southeastern part of Austria 4 years ago to Graz.
And why did you change from Germany to Austria?
Well, back then it was my past relationship that brought me to Austria, and
Mhm.
now I really fell in love with the city. I really fell in love with the people here, so I decided to stay after all.
So tell me something interesting about your town, your city where you're living right now.
So Graz, where I'm living, is the second biggest city in Austria. It's very walkable. It's still not too big, so it's really fun. The nightlife could be a bit better, especially after COVID hit. A lot of bars had to close down,
Uh-huh.
and there were some changes. But I just love the mountain areas. I'm super fast going to Slovenia, Hungary. I'm in Vienna within like 2.5 hours by train. So
Okay,
it's a really nice location.
amazing.
Yes.
Okay, Julian, of course, you are, Mr. Bear, Austria 2025. Oh my God. So tell me a little bit about the journey, how everything started.
Well, actually, it started kind of as a fun idea because community in Austria was a little bit troubled last year, and like I wanted to take things into my own hands, and I wanted to help the community to unite again. So I asked the Austrian Bear community if they would support me to become Mr. Bear, and they were really happy about it, honestly. And so on December 13th, I guess. It was the election day in Vienna at a party, and there were four wonderful candidates. And yeah, somehow I won, and it's been a blast so far. I had the opportunity to meet up with Sergio. I believe you had an interview with him already, like Mr. Weiss Bear Germany.
Yes.
And I met Mr. Bear Germany 2025 as well. And so it's going on. There's a lot on my plate for the upcoming months in terms of
Oh, wow.
events.
So how many candidates did you have from the beginning in the competition?
Say it again, sorry.
How many candidates were applying for the
We were four candidates.
four candidates?
Yes, and I'm,
Okay.
I'm really happy about each of them because the Mr. Weisberry Martin, we do a lot of things together now,
Mm-hmm.
and even the other candidate Marcus, a wonderful person. He really wants to do something for the community, which I appreciate a lot. So we're talking like and planning stuff to do together all over
That's
Austria.
amazing. That's amazing. I love that. I love when, you apply for those competitions and in the end, everyone gets together. You became the Mr. Bear. However, you have the vice, you have other people as well who didn't participate. And in the end of the day, all of us were in the same boat. I think it's amazing to see you guys supporting each other.
Yeah, and it's so important because if you want to unite a community, if you want to do stuff all over Austria, not only in Vienna or Graz, we have to stick together and we have to be a team. So nobody
Absolutely.
can do anything on it on their own.
Totally. And I believe, of course, in the end of the day, everyone wants to get the title. Everyone wants to be the first one. However, you know what I mean? Again, all together. I think no one
Yeah,
can be the first if there is not second or third or fourth. I think there's all it's all a vibe together.
absolutely, absolutely, and it's I think that's the most important that we never forget that we're a team, we're one community,
Yeah,
and for as long as we support each other, we can make a change.
amazing. And what do you do for work, for living, Julia?
I work at a medical supply store in administration, like for finances and nursing products, which
See?
is kind of a boring office job, to be honest. But I love my company. I love my coworkers. They're amazing people as well. So
See,
I'm going to stay there for as long as I live here.
amazing. And all your family, they are back in Germany?
Yes, yeah. I'm like the only one that moved abroad, that moved out of town.
Uh-huh.
So all of my siblings are living within like a 15-minute drive from my parents' place.
Amazing. Julian, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Absolutely. I was born ready.
Amazing. Welcome to Julian and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Run the fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Perfect.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to answer, don't want to talk about, always can change, okay?
Perfect.
Amazing. First question is, describe yourself in one positive and one negative word only.
Ooh, the positive word would be caring or loving. And the negative would be maybe insecure.
Tell me about it.
Well, there's times when I'm feeling insecure about myself. Obviously, there's like ongoing beauty standards and so on, and it's a journey. Like, and as Sergio said before, like body positivity is an important part.
Yeah.
But I would describe myself, nevertheless, as a very caring and loving person, especially when it comes to my close friends and family members, that I would like to have them around like 24/7.
And which person you feel more close to right now in your family or friends?
When it comes to my family, it's probably my next brother. We're really close to each other. And in terms of age, because like all my siblings, we have a quite big age difference.
Wow.
And so naturally, like the topics of life are more or less the same with my next brother. He's 4 years older. And then there's obviously the friends in Graz that I'm really close to at the moment. But I keep talking and I keep connecting with all my friends back home, which is really important to me because they were there for me throughout the entire journey of moving to Austria, and some of them already visited throughout the years, which is just amazing.
And what's the biggest difference between you and your brother, and the biggest similarity?
Oh, I think the biggest difference is our hobbies. So he's more into IT stuff and computers, and I'm not. Like I'm more outdoorsy, I would say, and I like to be outdoors. I like to be with my friends, and so my brother just got a child with his wonderful wife, and obviously they're like kind of busy with it. And our biggest similarity is probably our humor, which is can be really tough for people out of the family circle to understand.
I see. Okay, so your brother is watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send him a message. What would you say?
I would say I'm really grateful that you're my brother and we were growing up together. I love you so much, and like I hope we see each other every single time I come to visit.
Oh, amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, what your theme song be if you had your own show?
Ooh, that's a good question. It should be something light and fun, definitely, but with a deep message in the lyrics, for sure.
Who's your favorite artist of all time?
Of all time? Oh, that's a tough question because I listen to all kinds of music, so there has to be some kind of a variety. So at the moment, I'm listening to a lot of Rise Against, which is more like on the punk rock side of music. I love there's some amazing indie artists, like there's Purple Disco Machine, which I appreciate a lot, which is way different in terms of style. Yeah, but I think you just have to show me some more music. I'm always open to listen to everybody's music because it's speaks to our souls or speaks from our souls.
I see. And how is being gay in this city where you live right now? You can be your true self, you can express the way you are, or sometimes can be a bit difficult.
Graz is very open. It's a very young city, so it's very easy to be out and to be proud. There's not too much going on. We don't have many like bars or clubs to go to, but there's some associations that are really doing a good job here in the city. And obviously, since we're so close to Vienna, which is like a city with like almost 2 million people, it's a lot. It's a lot better there. But I think it's the same if you go to London or if you're in the countryside somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you want to go out and have some, some a night out clubbing or dancing, there's all Vienna is the place that people go to where, compare with the place where you're living right now.
Mostly.
Yeah.
So we have like two queer bars and one club where you can go out and dance in Graz, but most of it is actually happening in Vienna.
I see.
Yes.
Fun fact about Vienna, about Austria. When I started doing the show, when the idea came along, when the Win the Matchbox, the idea came along, and I didn't know, how the name of the show. And the first name, it was, oh my God, I think was something about stars or interesting stars, something like that. Yeah. That was my first idea for the name of the show. And once, of course, I was connecting with people around the world. I was already explaining a little bit about the show, the idea. And I contacted a lovely man called Manfred. He's from Vienna. And so he works on TV and everything. So I started talking to him about it, the idea. And he said to me, oh, Willie, it's a great idea. And he said, how about the name is William the Magic Box? And I was like, oh my God, I didn't think about that. So he's the one who, came with the idea of William the Magic Box. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, he lives in Vienna.
Yeah.
And so his name is Manfred, and we became friends. And I met him once, actually. He came to my birthday in Porto 2 years ago. And so that's how the name came along. And he participated on the show as well. We did the interview in the beginning. So yeah, so a fun fact about my connection with Vienna, with Austria. It's about the show and the name of the show as well.
That's amazing. But I hope you visited Austria before already.
No, I haven't actually. I haven't.
No,
I would love to come.
you have to. It is amazing,
Yeah.
especially like in spring when everything starts to green up. It's the best place to be.
I'll let you know so we can go for a tour in the city in Vienna.
Please let me know.
Next question. Okay, so before the next question, Julian, so tell me when, the very first day when you had a chance or the idea of participate to become Mr. Bear, Austria, and also what did you like the most about the journey? Tell me something like the highlights of since you decide to be part of it, and the most challenging part. What did you find most difficult for you to, get involved in this?
Well, I mean, every single day is a journey. Every single day it's an amazing experience so far. And from the very first day, I was eager to win and to make a change, like to actually uniting a community that was kind of troubled, but it's such a loving community, the bear community. And that's probably the most challenging part, is to get all the appointments and events like in order to attend as many events as possible, and like to have things not only in Vienna but trying to spread it more all around. That's probably the biggest challenge so far.
And when you sign up, for the competition, did you think you could win?
Well, I was the first candidate to sign up, so I was really confident about it. But then I saw Martin signing up as well, like my vice bear, and he's such an amazing person. He was always really connected to the bear community before, while I was fairly new to the community. So I thought like I have no chance to win this thing anymore. But apparently it worked out.
And tell me the feeling when they said, Mr. Bear 2025, it's Julian. Tell me the feeling when you heard your name.
Oh, it was overwhelming. It was absolutely overwhelming. I was in shock for a second because there were so many international guests as well attending the election. And like when we were like, it was all four of us on stage again. And then when they told us that I won, it was like, it was just overwhelming, and I was really grateful, but I also knew it would be a burden to carry the sash for a year and to do good stuff.
Totally. Can I see your sash? It's free? It's close to you or far away?
It's close to mine. I'm actually at my friend's place at the moment because I don't have a stable internet connection, which is a bit of a bummer.
Okay. Well, I thought you have your sash so I could see it. Okay.
I'm sorry, but I can send you a picture later when I get home.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Next question is, what do you think are the best traits for a person to have?
Oh, it gotta be humor. I need to laugh with the people. So, and punctuality. It's actually something that's really important to me because I had some really disturbing experiences with people like being late all the time, and it's so annoying. So be funny and be on time, and I'm all yours.
What's the biggest joy of being Julian? What do you like the most about being you?
I would say because I have like the most amazing friends I could imagine, and we're having so much fun together. I love each and everybody of them so much, and that's what I love the most about myself is I was able to build a group of friends around me that I know I can rely on like at all times. I love to travel, and I'm like always on the road, which I love.
Wow. Which place is your next place you're visiting? You're traveling to?
So I booked a trip to Poland in June. That's for sure. And then there's a lot of weekends in Vienna happening, but I would not consider traveling anymore since it's just taking the train there.
I'm going to Poland as well, but in April.
Really? Where are you going?
Warsaw.
Oh.
Yeah, one of my best friends, he's from there. He lives in London, and I've known him over 15 years, and we always try, let's go to Warsaw. It never happened. So I said, you know what? Let's do it now because, the year start making plans, and, it's going to end up another year. So let's do it now.
Yeah, I mean, life just happens once in a while, and then you try to make plans and they never work out. So you have the chance to book it right away, and that's what I'm trying to do as well. Not to think too much or to
just do it
through, but just doing it, and then it'll work out somehow.
Next question. Okay, Julian, next question, please. What's the biggest difference between you and your best friends?
That's a tough question because we kind of like each other, and then we have like a lot of similarities, but the biggest difference, well, might be our choice of career, probably.
Okay.
Because I don't like consider one person my best friend, but it's actually like a group of persons that I consider, and there's some engineers, there's some social workers, there's some teachers, there's like everything. And so I think that's the biggest difference, because the friendship started out of a really bad humor and really dark jokes that we had with each other. And so and the place where we live, actually, because they live all over the place.
And your closest friends that live in Austria, they are Austrian as well, or they are from Germany or other places?
No, they're Austrian, like all of them. And it's been a journey to get to know them, because I moved here during a lockdown, so there was no possibility to actually go out, but like time brought them to me, and there was somehow some destiny. And so like one of my best friends, we're actually sharing an apartment right now.
Right, I see. And before you moved there, have you visited a few times, or no, it was just like out of the blue, you just moved and you started to get to know the city afterwards?
I've been visiting like twice before, and I always thought it was cute. It was really cool because it was in the winter time when I visited.
Okay.
And back then there was a lot of snow in that year, which it was beautiful, but also kind of annoying because nothing really works when there's too much snow.
I see. And do you get to visit your family quite often or not?
I'm trying. I'm trying to be back every like 6 to 8 weeks.
Wow.
it's tough because it's not worth it to go for just a weekend for like one night since the train ride is so long.
Hmm.
But every once in a while, I just do it. Like as I said before, not thinking it through, but just booking the train and then it'll work out.
Next question, ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Next one. Before the next question, tell me, being a queer gay boy back in Germany, yeah, growing up. Tell me about your experience. Did you have the support of your family? It was a bit difficult. Walk me through a little bit.
I was really blessed because my family and all of my siblings are really open-minded people. So there was nothing to be really afraid of, and the queer scene in Stuttgart was really nice back then. And some of my best friends are queer or like allies, and so I can't really think about any difficulties or any bad experience from the past, which I know is kind of rare, not to have any bad experiences. But that's why I consider myself like really blessed when it comes to being queer.
Wow. And did you ever came out to your family, or this somehow they just work it out by themselves?
No, I actually came out to my parents, and they told my siblings
I see.
afterwards because obviously it was kind of a shock. But like all my siblings were already married, so I'm the last one, and back then it was like it's time to come out.
Do you think your parents knew it before you came out?
Oh, for sure. I was a very flamboyant young man. Like I was playing the violin in the orchestra when I was younger. I was singing in a choir. There were a lot of signs, so they could have known.
Amazing. Next question is, how to describe a perfect friendship?
It's not about like talking every single day, but even after not talking for a quite long time, you gotta just pick up where you left without having the stress of talking to each other every single time day. I think the connection, if it's there, that's important. And as I said again, humor is the key for me. So yeah, that's it. So I'm thinking about one of my best friends, and we talk like I don't know, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. But then we just send each other some stupid Instagram reels, and we laugh about it, and it's amazing.
Tell me something, Julian. Of course, in Austria they speak German, and coming from Germany, yeah, I'm sure there might be some different dialects or different words that you use in German that you don't use in Austria. So for you, tell me one of the biggest difference like that for you, maybe you found interesting or funny regarding the language.
I got to notice that in Steiermark, the state where I live, they have a whole other language than German. Like the dialect, it can be so strong, and they use other words than we do in German. That it's been tough. I've been like one of the funniest stories when I just moved here. I went to go to the grocery store. I wanted to get some green beans, and so I asked for green beans, but they didn't know what I was talking about because they're using another word for it. And like the lady at the shop, she was looking at me. She got so confused, and I was so confused because I didn't know how to explain it to her. That I just wanted beans. And it took us like 15 minutes to find out what I was looking for. And then she told me, "Oh, we don't have them here. So you just have to go to another store."
So how do you say green beans in German, and how do you say green beans in in Austria dialect?
So in German, I would say, or where I grew up, we would say grüne Bohne, which would literally translate to green bean.
Right.
And in Austria, here they say Fisolen.
Oh, it's quite different. It's not very similar.
It is really different. And it's like there's a lot of words that are so different that I'm still learning. I'm still trying.
Interesting. 3 questions left. Let's do it. You like dancing?
Oh yeah. I love it.
Right, let's talk a little bit more about the bear community. Tell me, in your opinion, bear community, I think now, in my opinion, my own experience, I think that, I remember going to, let's say 10 years ago, I remember going to events that, you know, the bear community was very exclusive. Yeah, I remember going to some places and they were like, okay, this is our community. And sometimes you felt a little bit like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be accepted here or they're going to look me a different way. But I think nowadays the bear community became so popular that everyone, you know, you see people, you see bear events, and not just bear communities, you see a lot of guys and people all involved as well. And I think that it became very popular, you know, when you say, I think they embraced a lot, you know, being bear, you know, being,
Yeah.
I think it became, in my opinion, it became a big thing. How do you see, in your opinion, do you think that nowadays they are more approachable, people, they are more understanding, they are more welcome? How do you see in your experience?
Actually, you summarized it quite well. I think the bear community these days is one of the most inclusive communities, because it's like we know we're like not the ideal Instagram model bodies, but we're proud of ourselves. We can be proud. We can have fun together, and especially in Austria, my experience was that it's a community that is welcoming everybody. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what do you look like, but it's not about being a bear, like being 6 feet tall, having a long beard, but more about a feeling of being together, being a community, loving each other, supporting each other. So it's more like bears and friends these days, in my opinion, instead of just bears.
I see. Amazing. Cool. Next question is, are you a cat or a dog person? And if you could be an animal, which one that would be?
Definitely a dog person. I hate cats. I I can't stand them. I'm sorry for all the cat people out there. You're good people, I'm sure, but I will not like your pet. Um, if I was an animal, it would probably be a sloth. I just love
Interesting.
them. They're kind of cute and they're so relaxed and so chill. So that's how I see myself, basically.
You just made me remember now. I had an interview with a lovely man from the US. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, he had a beard as well. He was a bit ginger as well, like you. So funny. And he said the same thing as well. The same question came up to
Yeah.
him, and he said exactly the same.
No way.
So funny when I find, because I had so many clips of interviews. When comes up this one, I'm gonna tag you on it so you can see it.
Please.
I'm gonna tag him as well because it's so funny. He's an
Amazing.
American guy. He's a teacher in, I'm not sure which state. I don't remember now, but he's in the US for sure.
Nice.
Julian, what's the meaning of life for you?
Ooh, having fun. Because what I like, no, experiencing the world, experiencing cultures.
Mm-hmm.
That would say it in a better way. That's something really important to me, is not to stick to the same place every single day all over again. I really dislike having a very strict routine, so I'm trying to break out of it every once in a while to get to know cultures, because I think that's what success, in my opinion, or that's what makes me rich, is the experience that I can tell to my nieces and nephews when they grow older, like, oh, I met the most amazing people, like in Finland. I met amazing people in Austria. Like, you have to go to Montenegro, which is an amazing place to go, and like nobody really thinks about taking some vacations there, but the people are so loving and so welcoming, and the country is just beautiful. And I think that's my meaning of life. To have the experience and to be able to tell those stories to the next generation.
And so far, what has been the biggest lesson that life has taught you?
Oh, you will not. Probably that you will not get a second chance to do things again that you should have done differently in the past. But there's always a way, and there's always an open door or open window to keep on going.
Amazing. Great. 2 questions left. Let's do it. All right. Next question is, what is the most difficult thing have you ever done?
Ooh, that I've done successfully, or that The one that I failed miserably.
No, something difficult for you, like you found very difficult to do it, but you've done anyway. Something very, something that comes to your mind.
Okay, that was actually, it was moving abroad. It was moving to Austria. There was all this kind of the same language. Leaving everything and everyone behind was tough. And Austrian bureaucracy is no fun either. Like getting out of the German registration and registering in Austria, it's been a journey. It took me a long time to adapt to everything.
And to see yourself living there for a long while?
Well, maybe not in Graz. Maybe there's a day when I want to move somewhere else. I have the feeling it should be at least one other big city on my list. So it can be Vienna, but actually I'm open to move anywhere in the world where I can find a job and where I like kind of speak the language, or where it's not too tough to learn the language.
And what Austria has taught you so far?
Ooh, a lot. People are amazing. Like being new to a city, and that's something I'm trying to carry on when somebody's new, just to welcome them. Like not to stick with your group, but actually trying to get to know the persons. And that's something about Austria that I really appreciate and really value, is that the people are so open and they're so fun and just amazing.
Great. Last question, ready?
Right. Yes.
Let's do it. Last question. How do I say last question in German?
Letzte Frage.
Actually, somebody already tried to teach me. Say again?
Letzte
Frage.
Frage.
Letzte Frage. That's the sound that's quite difficult to do it.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's do it. But before the last question, I'm going to ask you two questions in one. So the first part of the question is, being Mr. Bear, Austria, or as the title you're holding right now, do you have like a schedule that you have to follow? Do you have like some events that you need to attend? There is like something that you need to sign up for. And the other part of the question is, people watch this interview right now, they would like to start to sign up for to become a Mr. Bear, or what would be your best piece of advice for those people?
So the first part, there's no strict schedule I have to follow. I can choose 100% freely on the events I want to attend, or I'm able to attend. And of course, I want to attend like as many events as possible, all across Europe. And we get invited from all the other bear associations a lot. So to everybody seeing this, I'm really sorry if I could not attend your event. I really wanted to, but there was no possibility. And everybody who wants to sign up for it, just do it. Like, just have fun, have an amazing year. It can be hard work, but it's also very rewarding if you see changes, or if you see how you can represent an entire country and do a good job.
And through this whole year that you are holding the title, tell me something that you'd like to leave your mark, that people always gonna remember. The next, candidates that they're gonna win for next time, they're gonna go like, what? I'm glad that, Julian did that or left his signature. What's something about, you wanted to leave it for the community holding the title?
I would leave behind a community where we get all the young people as well. To join, where we can travel around to each big city in Austria to know there's something happening, there's people there. And I think if I manage to have one event in Tyrol, which on the other side of the country, that would be something I could be really proud of. And so I would love that.
Last question is, if you could meet yourself when you were 15 years old again, which advice would you give to yourself?
Oh, start learning. Don't be lazy. Definitely. I was really lazy in school, and I could have done differently, not necessarily better, but differently.
Yeah.
But live your life. Do exactly as you are, because you're an amazing person. and nobody will ever change you.
Do you believe in destiny, Julian?
Partly. I think we have to make decisions that are important for the future ways of our lives. But once we made a major decision, I think there's partly some destiny of things that are going to happen anyways.
I see. Okay, so then let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind with thinking. Yes. Let's start with money.
Freedom.
Fear.
The opportunity.
Life.
Fun.
Family.
Love.
And one word for love.
Security.
Religion.
War.
Sex.
Intimacy.
Politics.
Circus.
Okay. Friendship.
Love.
Desire.
Passion.
Regrets.
Regret. There's nothing for that.
Amazing. Success.
Traveling.
Wish.
World traveling.
Happiness.
Happiness, success.
One word for Germany.
Home.
One word for Austria.
That's a good one now. It's home as well.
Home too.
Yeah.
One word for the bear community.
Inclusive.
And the last one now, Mr. Bear Austria 2025. One word.
Julian.
Hey.
Obviously.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friends, the one you are sharing the apartment right now, and I'm going to ask your best friends. Define Julian in one positive and one negative word only. What your best friend would say?
Probably they would say a lot about my humor as well. Like the good humor as a positive, and bad taste in music.
Interesting.
Probably that's where probably one of our biggest differences, our taste in music.
All right. Let's play now, Julian, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before you ask me the question, what's your favorite German word?
I never thought about that one, actually. Probably because I just read it today, it's Konterbier.
Okay, which means?
So it's like a beer you have in the morning after a night out, just to like delay your hangover.
Say that again, the name?
Konterbier.
Konterbier.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay, you can ask me a question now, Julian.
Right. What is your happy place? Like, it can be a place on earth, it can be a person, but what's the essence of your happy place?
Great question. Great question. Very difficult to answer because for me, there's so many places that bring me happiness, like literally, I feel the greatest. But I'm going to be very honest to you right now. The first thing that came to my mind, it's here, now. Yeah. When the camera is recording, when I'm connecting with someone, when I'm here, Julian, trust me, you are having the best of me right now. You are having my truly self. It's here now. Everything that we went through now, this interview, you got the best of me. Because when I'm here, sitting here, you have no idea how great I feel, the happiness, everything's just flourishing here right now. I just remember I'm recording when I look around here, because if I don't look at it, I just feel like I'm a truly self, because I'm talking to someone, I'm connecting with someone right now. When you're talking about your journey in Austria, I was just like picturing, what I mean, the events, when you're buying the green beans, I was like, my God, like I could see it. So that's me, what I mean? When I'm here, I feel the greatest. I feel the best of me. And people who it's joining, like you now, trust me, you are getting the best of me, because that is the happiest place I am right now. So yeah, when I'm doing the show, it's one of the happiest place for sure.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you again for having me. That's a great honor to.
The pleasure is all mine. Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy?
Oh yes, it was a blast.
Thanks so much. You've been so kind and sweet since when I approached you online on social media. I'm glad that we had this moment now. And again, it's great. I loved when people they are embracing a community. They're embracing their truly self. Through a title, through a community. And I think it's amazing for you. Carry on. I think you have now opportunity for you to be holding a sash, to be holding a title, and people, I'm sure they appreciate that. Your friends, your family, people around you, I'm sure they are cheering up with you as well. They are just clapping and pushing you for your best. So yeah, carry on with the journey, and I see you in Vienna or in somewhere for sure one day, for sure.
Definitely.
But before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Yeah. To everybody who feels that they don't belong, this message is especially for you. You belong to us. You can be whoever you want. Be yourself, be your true self, because that's the best version of yourself.
Totally. And people appreciate that. People like that when you are be yourself. You can be the weirdest. I mean, it's great to be weird. I love being weird. I think if you are weird, it's such a great feeling when you know that you don't fit anywhere, that you can be silly, you can be different. It's great to feel different. I love being different. It's the best feeling ever. That's for sure.
Right. Absolutely.
And we keep in touch. Okay, it was a pleasure to be on the show. Thanks again.
And thank you.
Enjoy your day. Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show, and I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.